Woke up this morning, I didn't give a fuck. Took the first sip of my coffee, and I knew I still didn't give a fuck. It's a beautiful morning, and guess what? I don't give a fuck.
Case, I want to find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that level on my graph, and I come horizontally to my gradient line. Where it intersects with my gradient line, I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my fuck around line. Now there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out. So I hope this lesson is helpful. Thank you.
Oh, I'm a little tired, man. I just got out the hospital. I'm a little bit tired. My back is killing me. I pulled something in my back. I went to the ER and I wanted them to do x-rays, but he could absolutely see that I had strained and pulled something. So he got me on all these meds. I'm a little high tonight. I don't know what he gave me. Some I'll have Noel read them in a minute. But it hurts, man. Some of the worst pain I ever had. And it sucks because I really wanted to go out there live to cover the No Kings protest here in Fort Myers. You know, I did last time, and I was trying, guys. It was hurting me yesterday, as I told you. Look, I still have the thing on. I got to cut this off. I still have the thing on. But yeah, so I just got out. Now I woke up from the hospital to hear that. I'm like, Noel, who's been texting? And it surprised me, but not really, to hear that Don had reached out to say that he's not allowed to be in contact with us anymore. Now that's strange, because what have I done to Don? Well, I haven't done anything to Don, but I've been calling this. I know these people very good. I supported both these people for a very long time, and I know how they are. And it's okay. He said that I know, we called it on the last live, people. Candus is not liking a lot of what I've been saying. What kind of gets me mad though is, well, we're going to get into all that tonight. And then after we have another kind of open discussion about this type of stuff, the next time I'm going to talk about the DD situation will be through receipts. I can tell you, and a lot of you know that I know them for a long time, and I could show weird behavior and we could talk about red flags. But at the end of the day, it's just a lot of open discussion. I think the live with Noelle and a few ladies brainstorming, putting their conversations and whatnot together is much needed. And after that, I don't want to really say what I did, but I can tell you that I'll have some receipts. And as far as receipts goes, I can pull a lot. But if you notice yesterday when I called Don, well, here's what happened. Let me backtrack. What I should not have said is I'll be going live later with Don, or I'll be calling Don on this live. Because as it looked yesterday, I was just going live, saying what I was saying. But the moment I put that out there, right, she did what she did. Because if you could hear at the end of the live when I did call Don, he was really weird following that text. Now, mind you, if you go re-listen to that live stream, the man says, thank you for all your help. Thank you for standing by me through this. Because I have been standing by Don. I have supported the man. And the reason I got that text today in the hospital was right now, I don't think it's good for me to talk to you guys because me and Candus are going to work on things. Well, the thing is, Candus is still living with Fred in a different state, not home. And Candus is still on the internet. You mean to tell me that Don cannot come on my panel and discuss some things? He's been on my panel 1,000,000 times. But now, so let's just think about this for a second. Don can't come over here and just chop it up. And let me tell you, what his idea was, I didn't thoroughly agree with. Because I guess the way of justifying coming on my panel was him wanting to take accountability, him wanting to say his part of why Don and Candus are not together at the very moment. And that would be inclined to some domestic issues. Okay, some alcoholic issues. And whatever have you. I don't want to, say the conversation word for word because he was meant to come on here and kind of own it. But I did remember telling him before on the phone, dude, don't get on my panel. And what she's got going on, don't make it like it's your fault only. But who am I? It's an open panel for you guys to decide. And what I shouldn't have done is said it. He was going to come on later, or that I was going to call him. But what really happened? I told you guys yesterday, what I say matters. She listens. And she sped dialed on and she nuked it. She 85'd it before it even happened. But now what if it happened? What if it happened though? Why wouldn't she want Don to come on here and say things like, she left because I put hands on her, I was drinking? The thing is, there's a lot of questions because if he was going to say that, which I'm positive he was, my question was going to be like, but Don, she's been planning this for weeks. And don't you think it's strange that If you guys don't think I was going to ask him if he's happy with the current situation, but what I was told is they're working on things. I don't believe that to be true. I believe there's a little bit controllingness atmosphere that we're dealing with. I actually know. But Don's not allowed to come on YouTube. So what I would ask is if any and all people see things like this anywhere around these YouTube streets, to please submit them to me. You can send them via email. You can send them via Twitter DM. You can send them via I guess I didn't send it there. Give me 1 second. If you see anything around the YouTube streets, it's important to me, but also others. And we're going to get into the whole situation here momentarily. I'm going to show this to you, then get to the comments. And I want to talk about a couple things. There is some nikalina ridiculousness I also would like to get into because it's comical as hell. Okay, let's go there now. So if you see things like this, do me a solid and send it. And it says, this is from Candus and Pandrew's chat. Okay, I wasn't going to say this, but now I feel like I have to. I left because of abuse, period. Now y'all know why I left. The problem is Andrew had about 200 people in his chat. But that's Candace's way of thinking, I guess. I can't really speak for her. But I do have a shitload of receipts. And I don't like doing lives like this where I don't necessarily have receipts. There's a lot of me telling you guys stuff. I do know I'm considered to be an honest YouTuber that doesn't do all these lies and grifts from people who support me and people who don't. Even my haters can't disagree with that statement. So we will have another live about this thing. But let me read the comments and just read the room before we continue. But yeah, she's still at Fred's. Katie's in here. I will be reviewing the hatred of Satalina, hating on Katie for coming over here. And Katie doesn't love bomb me and none of that. There's a whole bunch of hatred coming from Satalina, the generic mean girl. And I have a lot to say about it. I'll be playing Blame Katie's video. Look, here's the deal. It's not a secret. I don't know how the hell I found Blame Katie's channel. I really don't. But I happen to like it. I think it's funny when she gets mad. I think it's funny when she's going at it with big channels and she's like, you and your big 20,000 subs. She says comical shit. She's entertaining. She's funny. And she stays on Ernie's show. I support that. Always have. There's no reason for me to hate on Katie. And then she gets really weird haters too, because why does she have to be trans? Like, I'm married, so it's cool for me to say this, but she's prettier than all of her haters. It's just really wild. Oh, BS told me about her, I think. But I'll get there towards the end. I want to discuss this stuff first. But just the gaslighting and the desperation from Satalina, who is one woman who could never and should never speak about anybody's looks. And for the record, the Mean Girls, that was retarded in high school. Like when I look at these Mean Girls on YouTube, it's like more like the movie Clueless. Remember with Alicia, what's her name, and the black girl? That's what like the mean girls on YouTube are. Like you're all retarded, and that shit was not cool 30 years ago. It's still not cool today. It's not cool to let a whole gang pork you, and then you still didn't get in the gang. Like, it's just comical, people. Look, people, anyone who is best friends with Ernie Shell, no thank you. Not my type of creator. And I don't want to do the whole roast now. Last thing I'll say until we get there. Lady, I've spoken with you on the phone. And one thing that you said that I'll never forget is, hey, it's cool. We can put our egos down. We don't have to play our characters now. Excuse me, madam? Madam, excuse me. I don't put the character on it, nor do I take it off. You get the same white boy on and off the internet. But the very reason of you saying that puts you all the way weird. You're like weirder than Ernie Shell AIDS and him running from Donkey Kong just by saying that. And I have wifey as witness. And it's very strange. But let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. You hate the fact that I have befriended Benny Keys because I give the man a chance because he wants to be sober. You hate him so much that you're so stupid, and half of the gaslighting that you're asking somebody to do comes from him. And I know that you still talk to Benny. So why don't you ask Benny Keys, or do you want me to do it? If me beating my wife is true, is there receipts on that? Yeah, you're not going to find that.
She said that you have a conviction.
Conviction
you
of
even have a
no. I have a conviction for selling GHB.
Not for domestic violence.
Not a domestic violence. But not only do I have a conviction for GHB, which is something people use for steroids back in the day, but it's from 2003. Is 22 years ago not enough? Hand me a rope and I'll just kill myself. Because evidently going to prison for that and making like 8 to 10 YouTube videos about it is not good enough for you. I don't care who you have FOIA. I don't have who you care docs. Show otherwise. You can't. And it's old. And you believed gaslighting tactics. And that makes you a dum-dum. It makes you a dum-dum. You can't try to FOIA the when I was getting tased. Hey, moron. Hey, moron. Lean on in, moron. I was the first one to post that in my member section, right? And you realize I posted it because I beat all those charges. Did you know that? What's that? Did you know that? What's that? So whoever you have tried to do this search, me posting that, I got charged with like 9 different things. And I beat all of those. And that's on my channel actually for a specific reason. Because when the police charge you with things and you are not of guilt of them, there's what's that? What's that? Yeah. You're just a gaslighter who's big jelly. Matter of fact, Katie, are you still in here? Since you watch my channel so much and you hate Blame Katie so much, now you get to see her in blue. Now you'll see her in blue when you hawk. It should be easy for you to stalk her now. Does Katie have a wrench? Well, she's got one now. Because I'm going to love bond a little bit.
Love bond? Isn't it enough she's supposed to be sucking your dick? I mean, come on now.
Ooh, foreplay with a wrench. So there's a mod.
Foreplay with a wrench.
And you're just a moron.
Dum-dum.
You're a moron that sounds just like all the other morons who think they found, ooh, White Boy has allergy. Yeah, at 2003 I did. Yeah, I was 18 years old. Yep, sure do. Never said that I didn't. But don't make it like 2026, lady. Don't converge the two. Don't make me being tased for a 2003 conviction. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then I have a lot more to say about that, guys. I'm going to stop right now because I already said way too much. But who cares that I enjoy Katie's channel? What is it your business that I go over there? What do you care? Why do you care she's over here? You have nothing more of a life to do than hawk the chat. Can we all type hashtag clueless in the chat? Let's get a whole bunch, and then I'm going to go back to my other subject I was talking about. Real fast, though. Can we get hashtag clueless with a whole bunch of shit emojis? Because evidently she's watching. Evidently she's watching. So as she's watching with now the person in blue, let's just give her something to look at. Why not? Dude looks like a lady. Da da da. Dude looks like a lady. Da da da. Dude looks like a lady. You know, and why do you call this lady a trans? Why? You're the dude that looks like a lady. You look like a female Ernie Shell. And then the epic comedy of Ernie dumping you with your gaslighting and then start roasting your vagina. You can't even make it up. You can't even make it up. But we will get back there in a little bit. Thank you, people, for dropping the shit and the clueless, because I guess that's the mean girls that they are. I mean, you can't be mean girls and you can't be clueless. The black girl in the movie, I forget her name, hot. Alicia Silverstone, hot. The one gothy weird one, hot. All hot. Who am I missing out of that movie? There was no Nikolinas in there. Oh, yeah, there was. Yeah, there was. There was a girl, even the girl that they transformed and made hot. She was hot before they transformed her. Like, you couldn't go stroll up and hang with them chicks. Hell no. Hot. Yeah, Stacey Dash, that baby. That baby. Brittany Murphy. Hell yeah. She was hot. Thank you. You couldn't just waltz up there and be like, what's up? I want to get down with the clique. They'd be like, get your stank ass up out of here. Lame. That shit is lame. But anyway, back to the situation I opened this up with. We will continue that in a minute. So keep watching, keep hawking, lean on in, get a neck cramp. Get a neck cramp. Get a neck cramp. How you like that blue outfit I put on old Katie? Looks good on her, don't it? You like that? You like that? So back to this ridiculousness of me. I've been excommunicated, people. I've been X'd out. Well, what does that mean? That means that evidently what I said yesterday had a lot of truth to it. It had a lot of truth to it. Just like Nikalina, Candus was watching the chat hard. Just like Nikalina, Candus was almost sprung her fingers to, called on to stop him coming on, and I'm no longer allowed to talk to him. That's okay. I don't understand why, and I just wanted to say this stuff here, people. I don't understand why. If we can recap, these lives, you don't see any pictures of Summer Wells on them in regards to the Fred and Dee Dee stuff. You don't see that. I'm not going to clickbait. I'm not going to use it and put it towards that. And I don't have to convince anybody on the internet that I have not only been good, but supported these people. And the only reason of me doing these live streams is to show you pattern. Because I have been the one on the phone with Don listening to I'm gonna move. I've moved in with Fred. He's got 2 houses. That was hurtful to say. I've watched my wife talk to Candus. My wife already knows that Dee Dee is dead, and then I've watched Candus lie to her. It's something that is very hard for me to describe. And it is a lot to take in because I'm thinking about other situations. And yes, some roles involved. And I think that it can show people a lot of things. Just the situation with Dee Dee dying and Candus being there. So I have ordered something. I don't know when it'll be here, but you'll have a live when it does. And we'll have some receipts. But I don't understand that I just don't understand that whole situation, how that went. I tried to apply myself in it. Like what would happen. It's kind of hard, but if I was to apply myself in it, I would have had broken up with Noelle. Gotten into such a fight with her where I've left before. Hey, I've done that. But this time I had a friend of mine who we both know come get me, and Noelle would have to know both friends. Okay? Noelle, you can jump on in here whenever you want. That's when you know she's not listening. And she'll talk all that shit. Did you say something? See, she's not even listening. Well, what's that, babe? What's the answer to the question? Noelle! Babe! Where you at, babe? Chuck, where's your mom at? Tell her to come here real fast. Oh. So, okay. So anyway, actually have a couple. I have some friends that. Did you hear the part about the friends? I thought of somebody who could I will. She's outside with the dog. Yeah, I saw that part. But what friends? What's up, Sayla? This is true, Debbie. This is very true, Written Stars. And how are you, lovely? I do not see you, Mama. What's up, Natasha? What's up, Carmen? What's up, Lurking? What's up, Jaded? All right, so I'll just say it. I'm just thinking of a lot, one couple that I could put in this situation. And there's friends of ours that their names are Josh. And what the hell is Josh's wife's name, babe? And why am I forgetting this? He subscribed to the channel. What's Josh's wife's name? And why do I not remember this? Man, I'm going to get roasted next time I see him. What's up, Jaded? What is it, babe? Josh's wife's name. Lol, she forgot it too. John, go ask her. What the hell? It starts with what's Josh's wife's name in St. Lucie? Josh's wife. Quickly. Stephanie. Jesus Christ. Okay. Stephanie. I got it. I don't know why I couldn't how I forgot that. Anyway, and they're like good friends. Well, I known Josh for like plus 30 years. He's been at my wedding and all that. Please, dude, I hope you don't see this. He jumps in chat sometimes too. This is not gonna be good. Anyway, I get into a fight with Noel, and I blaze, and I go to Josh and Stephanie's house. Now, at this point, the roles kind of reverse because it'd have to be Josh that dies. So I'm there with Josh. He dies. I wouldn't let Josh die, though, man. Hell no. There's no way. And it's a bad example because the hospital's like 2 miles away. All right, whatever. Somehow, some way, Josh dies. Okay. Now I'm there with Steph. Steph is a good-looking woman. She got big boobs, pretty face. Okay. I'm grieving. We're both grieving. Okay. And I'm not going home. Steph doesn't have a big family, but everything just got weird because what do I do? And why don't I go home? It's weird. And if I start staying there a long time, now this is just an example, people. But if I start staying there like a long time, well, let me stop the story right now and say something. Because Steph now needs money, this is why I can't go back to Gatlinville. We start doing yard sales and selling stuff. So these yard sales are going on. Somebody buys this from me. Somebody buys that from me. Somebody buys this from me. And I put an old 20 in my pocket. Maybe an old 50. I don't know. Gotta have that liquor. Gotta have that liquor. Then I go home and I start going on all these YouTube chats. How do I know this? Well, Fred was not buying Candus liquor. Where'd the money come from? Could she have gotten off the internet? She used to hit Noel up. I don't have cigarettes, $20 here. Sure. But she stayed drunk. This is a fact. But I do that with Stephanie, and a week goes by, and this goes by, and Noel is calling Stephanie. Like, kind of asking what's going on. Stephanie doesn't want the stuff all over the internet, is what she specifically tells Noel. But then later on, I put it on a panel. I say it on a panel. But up until that point, people are blowing up my phone because they're mutual friends, YouTube people, whatever, friends, because they're mutual friends, and they know Noel's hurt. They know that they want me to be back with her, whatever the case is. And I'm telling a lot of lies to a lot of these people, blatantly telling them that just crazy shit. And then a lot of people, not just WHITEBOY, but a lot of people, when the news gets dropped on the live, that I say, oh yeah, Josh died. It's if I put myself in an example, and it's kind of weird, I can't really do it all. There's everything looks goofy on my end. What looks goofy is, I'm gonna say this, and then I'm going directly to the chat, and I want to hear your thoughts. Like, you have somebody who may or may not be going through physical abuse, dealing with their own alcoholism. No matter how you look at this, cared deeply for Dee Dee. And on the other hand, you have a mourning husband. Wife is gone. There's a dynamic right now that can be very dangerous, can be very easy. Let me pick your minds. So let's see what you have to say about it. Okay, thank you. Yep. Yes, Zep, that's absolutely correct, because you had people like Ziggy and these others that were saying that Candus was living with Rap, which that never happened, man. Rap, and here's another thing I don't understand about, I'll come back to your comment, Zep. What I don't get is how Don's not allowed to talk to me, but yet Rap can call and threaten Don. This guy says, we're coming for you. Okay? He then specifically said, I'm gonna take your house. We're gonna do it when you're at work. What? Now, this is prior to Don going when Rap was in Tennessee, after Don's hearing some of the malarkey going on. He drives and gives the man a Bible. From what I understand, Rap tore pages out of it. And then goes and does that shit after I'm on stream with him. Now, back to the Ziggy thing. Ziggy, that's probably, Rap may have told that story or whatever about the Bible thing. Who knows? I don't know why Ziggy was so adamant about Candus living with Rap. Okay. But that never happened. And he did at some point stay in Tennessee, some homeless camp or whatever. If you look hard enough, you'll find these receipts of him homeless or whatever and all this other stuff. He's packed up his backpack or whatever, his tent, and he's kept it moving. But the point is, it's strange to me that she can like utilize all these people, but not Don. Now, mind you, they're supposed to be working on it, and she's still not at Ben Hill. It's all strange. It's all strange. And we will get to the bottom of this Dee Dee and Fred situation, because there's way too many red flags, guys. But as of me telling you guys the truth of the matter within all this, I kept saying she's going to put a wedge in between me and Don. She's going to stop me talking to Don. And not only that, I told that to Don specifically. I feel sorry for Don. I know he's hurt. If it wasn't for Don Wells, we would have a lot less info on Summer. Don Wells, you could like him or you could hate him. When it comes to the media, when it comes to YouTubers wanting time and him to jump on panel, do an interview, it was all Don. It's always been Don. Sure, Candus came on Dr. Phil. Sure, Candus did a couple interviews in the beginning. But when you see the media, it's always Don. YouTubers, media, whatever. You don't have to love them. You don't have to like them. But you can't debate that point. It's very weird. I don't understand how. But it's okay. I knew this was coming. We said this out loud. And I knew this was coming. It's fine. He left me with, maybe we all can put all this behind us. You know, when we're one big happy family again. The problem is, you're not being fair to yourself, bro. Letting this lady dictate what you can do living with another man. And I don't need the chat to say it. I'm gonna say it. That's an ugly situation happening over there at Fred's house. You have somebody who's grieving. You have somebody who's hurt. Hey, man. I know the saying's corny. I know the saying's cheesy. Hurt people hurt people. Cliche, whatever you want to say. It's strange to me that the narrative went from Fred has these two houses to, I'm sorry, I'm coming home once the death certificate is here and we can drive it back, to I've moved in. But it was always I've moved in and I'll think about coming back. There has to be this control aspect. I think people have gotten this thing wrong from the beginning. I just said two things that are totally different. But what I said is, if it wasn't for Don Wells and the media and YouTubers, nobody would ever know half the things they did about Candus. But you'll have people say, oh, Don is controlling Candus. Don is, controlling her and watching. No, there's only one controlling person in this relationship. That I know. I think people have deep hurt and people want that baby girl found. Because I've seen the same thing said in the case with Sebastian Rogers and the stepfather, Chris Proudfoot and Katie Proudfoot. But if you want the truth of the matter, here goes. I'll put myself in again. When I first started YouTube, I didn't love when Noelle would come on panel or say something in the background because I don't know what's going to fly out of her mouth, right? And it wasn't that I don't really care about what she was going to say, but I more so like doxing and more so like dropping addresses and more so like that type of thing. And then once I like schooled her to the rules and all this, then I'm like, I don't care what she says, right? But so was I controlling Noelle? No. But, I was just making sure she got it before she would, get me canceled, right? That's not controlling. There she goes. Now you listening. Yes, because because Noelle and her headstrong attitude, this time that I'm talking about, what was her thought process of me teaching her how to do this thing here? Oh, I'll just go on my channel and do it. I'll say whatever I want on my channel. Okay, Noelle. Okay. But just listen. Yeah, and she's good. She gets it now, and she says whatever she wants, and she's good. She doesn't slip. She's very good. But she was the first person who ever doxed us. Bad. Made up fake videos of us. Ended up telling us, we became cool. He's a mod of mine now. But long story short, they said the internet's not ready for Noelle. The internet's not ready for Noelle. And this is because we had to dox him back and do a lot of things back to him, as you could understand. But anyway, we're getting off topic. The point is, Noelle will tell you in comments. The point is, it's not that I was trying to control her or say this or say that. I just wanted things to be safe. Once it's safe, it's fine. I don't know what the thought process of Don Wells and Candace Wells on camera is, nor do I do Chris Proudfoot or Katie. But I think that with the media aspect of things, I don't know if I would say well, I guess I'll say this. It's comical for people to say that Don controls Candus. No, I definitely don't believe that. And we can see it right now, people. We can see it for right now. But I just want to read the chat and just give you an update because I have taken to this situation. I'll put it like this. It's freaked me out enough that now I want receipts. And we're going to get there. But what has to happen first is Noelle get with her panel of ladies and drop that live. You should do it tomorrow, Mama. Objection bullshit. Just joined your channel. Thank you so much. And by the way, Shauna, I don't know if you thank you. Objection bullshit. Very much. I appreciate you guys supporting. Shauna, I gave you a shout out at the beginning of this. And I saw this. Well, if you joined it, Shauna, you should get a thing like this. Yes, that is very true because what I had to order was not cheap. So if you guys, unfortunately I can't produce the receipts tonight, but hopefully the next live I'll have them. And it's just verification, and it's just I would like a little receipts on what we're going over. Again, this has nothing to do with summer. It's about behavior that can lead to a lot of things. That can lead to a lot of things. I just think this is weird. I've heard all types of stuff. She does get spicy. In my opinion, isn't that how she got the red car after dropping charges on FBI? I've never seen any actual receipts on this. I'm not saying that you can't have a conspiracy theory, but if what you're saying is Candus was working with the FBI to get charges dropped from Don or vice versa, I would not put any faith into that. There's no receipts on that. You'll see a lot of conspiracies about the both of them. And I've been very adamant about like debunking a lot of these theories because none of them make legally sense. There's a lot of receipts you can get out of the DD situation, and I'm working on it. And this shit's not expensive. It's expensive, people. So my grift for tonight, my only grift for tonight is become a member. And if you want to support the research, please send Cash App at the bottom scroll. That's my only grift. Oh, I actually have that in the thing that screens at the bottom. Look, here is my only grift. Cash App, White Boy Radio. Become a member and support the channel. So I actually have that written out. Since everyone's grifting, right? I ask people to become a member, man. If you wanna donate because I can't tell you what's going on, but what I can tell you is that I'm gonna follow up on it. I don't and the thing with Candus, back to her, I don't understand why she thinks trying to ruin a friendship with Don I'm not gonna shut up. I think there's red flags. And I have to look at it. And I was talking to you during these red flags. I do not your behavior was weird. It was super weird. It was super weird. And you told a lot of lies. So I don't trust all that. I'm not going to blindly be like, everything's okay. And I'm not saying that you killed anybody. But there's red flags. And I knew Dee Dee. Yes, this could be it. Is it that Don loves her so much he does what she says, or she's threatening him with? I don't think it's charges, but I think no, I don't think it's what charges should she threaten him with? I don't think it's that. Don loves her immensely, and I know that this period of time he was very hurt. I know because I was on the phone with him a lot, and so were a lot of other people. He's hurt. I mean, I don't know what to say if I just don't understand it. If I put hands on Noel, right, or got into a drunken argument or whatever, okay, and she went to her friend's house, okay, and before anything happened was telling me it's over, I'm done. You know what a woman who's pissed off does? Stands on that. A woman who's pissed off don't play these text games with you. When they say it's over or done, oh shit. When a woman's fed up, then nothing you can do about it. Because that's the truth. When a woman hits that mark, forget about it. I don't understand these games. If you take off, then why, if you take off and if you've been planning this, there's receipts on that she's been planning it for 2 weeks, okay, since before the fight, okay. So tell me how, not specifically you, Miss Misdemeanor, but anybody, tell me how if she's planning something for 2 weeks and then leaves, she's over there established, woman already dies. Why is there still communication? And the communication is like this. Well, once we get that dangard, that darn it, I reckon the death certificate, when it comes, we're going to be swinging yonder. Or that was the only slight hint of I'm coming home. You know what else was I'm coming home? When he was live with me last. If White Boy don't take that video down, I'm not going to come home. Think about that. I was telling Don, you just need to break away. Like, for real, Don's a good-looking man. We know YouTubers want to suck him and fuck him all the time. Prayer Garden, regardless what she says, there's receipts on this. She wanted to move in. Cher tried to gobble the man up. Cher tried to gobble the man up. People, let me just, for the ones in the back, for the ones that don't know, I don't want you to think I'm saying a funny thing. Let's have a listen. Let's have a look-see. Let's have a look-see. So here goes Cher, who took the picture. Her hands are on the bed. Let me show them to you. Who took the picture? Her cuck husband, Mark. So tell me how doing this was for more information out of Don. I'm telling you, Don is a good-looking man. He can get these hoes, right? I can do a live any day of the week. Come on down. Who's dating Don? Contestant number 1. Where are you from? How old are you? And are you a kinky bitch or what? Give a 30-second statement of what you want to do to Donald and how far you'll take it. And it's really Ernie Shell. Hello, my name's Ernie Shell, and I brought my fluorescent pink dildo. I want to shove it all out of his asshole. As he says that I dress up like a female. Yes, I do. Well, we're about to get there and unpack all that. Hello, Miss Paula. I can't look at that disgusting picture of, it looks like, if I'm being honest, completely honest, a picture of when I was 12, and somebody snagged the picture of me in my boy shorts. But I just didn't have tattoos yet. Thank you, Miss Paula. How are you? Objection bullshit. Remember, Don has 7 alibis and Candus has none. Well, if you want to be completely honest, Don was at work. He had to come to that entire situation. So with people with the conspiracies against the Wells, and that's fine, I'm okay with that. Just I need it to make sense. I don't, in my view, if anybody was to make those conspiracies, I'll tell you a conspiracy that I have that I guess doesn't look the best at one of them. But I'm going to tell you that it's nothing to do with Don because he's at work. I'll tell you guys at the end of this live. Remind me. I've never said this before, but I'll do it now. I try to make the conspiracy because I've been around them. I've been to their house. I know the house. I've been in the bedroom where Summer is. I know the whole property. I've flew drones looking for the little girl. I've hung posters up in Tennessee, in 2 different counties here in Florida. I've done a lot. I've gone to a missing person event for her. I've done a lot to try, okay? But if you want a theory, I'm going to stick to my main theory, and then I'll give you one other. But I'll do that at the end. For the money, white boy. What does that mean? This is true. He is Fabio. Katie, why are you doing is? I need more love bombing. Can I get some more love bombing, please? Can I get some more love bombing? This is not love bombing material. Just joking. It's a control thing. Absolutely. Anybody can see it. So, Kylie, I could see that. Yes, I could see that. But the thing is, Kylie's nail candy. But the thing is, if you're saying like about her coming home or whatnot, in my view, why does he care? It's hard. You know what I'm not even going to say it. Hey, Chunko. Yeah. Stay there. Hello. How old are you?
18.
Okay. You heard me and you heard us talking about Don and Candus, right? When I was walking to the room earlier and I said something and you muttered something. And I said, "What'd you say, son?" And you repeated it. And I said, "Don't you always remember that? Because you don't even know what the hell's going on and you're dead on." You remember what you said?
Not completely, but it was something along the lines of he's a coward.
No.
Oh, no, I said completely.
So what you said is, I'll refresh your memory. What you said is, I was talking to Mom through the house loudly like we always do. And I said, she was explaining how she got the text from him saying that we're not allowed to talk to him. And I'm like, well, she's not even there. She's telling him she can't talk to certain people and she's not even there. She's in another state. I'm like, I don't even know why he's even talking to her. And then you said, hasn't she done things?
Hasn't she already done things past the point of, I guess, making up?
Say it louder.
Hasn't she already done things past the point of making up?
Say it louder one more time.
Hasn't she already done things past the point of making up?
I would agree. Yes. That is a kid who's not in this chat. He probably trolls me, if anything. He doesn't watch my channel. I know he trolls me, actually. I've caught him. Took his phone. No, I didn't take his phone. And I don't know if he trolls me, but he trolls me. But anyway, he just said that. He's like half in the conversation, but I stopped and I'm like, Yes, she has. And don't you ever forget that, because all this is going to happen to you one day. And, you know, if you didn't hear him, he said, why would she talk to him? Hasn't she done things that are past forgiveness? 17-year-old kid. He's right about that. Read my chat, Chunk. Read my chat. People have some comments for you. You can call him Chunk. Like this. Smart boy. You got some comments there, bud. He's right. Such a good kid. But bingo, Chunk. Read it. You reading it? I don't know, man. I don't know what they have on each other, what they don't have on each other. I honestly don't think there's nothing like that going on. I just think this is a control situation. I think people might be overlooking this. Do I know if they have anything? No, I don't know that. But what I do know is I know the sound of that hill. I've been up there. It's lonely. It literally is on a ley line. It's on a ley line, which is weird in itself. If you don't, one in the chat, if we know what a ley line is, you might have to take this one, Sayla. One day, see, there's so many things. By Candus saying that Don can't talk to me, there's people who I have. She has no idea how. I'm not going to stop talking. I got freaked out when I was on that hill. I got freaked out one day and I called Sayla. Can show receipts on that. Because we called Sayla. Because she's very knowledgeable about ley lines.
You do it at a different time?
Talking about when we were on Ben Hill.
No, I was just wondering if there was another time.
Oh, no. So you guys know about them. Well, there's a couple no's. So anybody can do this. No, that's fine. A ley line is like so a ley line is, ladies, correct me if I'm wrong, when you go to church, best way I can explain this is this. When you go to Catholic church, you know that feeling you get when you walk into the church. Almost like a, ooh.
Any church.
A ley line, when people build properties on ley line, and listen, all you have to do is go to Google Earth and zoom in Ben Hill Road. There's like 1 million churches around Ben Hill, Beach Creek, 1 million. Do the research. I promise you, I've driven past them all. People build properties around these ley lines because of the feeling it gives you. When you go to that Catholic church or any church, whatever your forte is, when you go into that church, you want that peaceful feeling. However, correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, if a ley lines, because it's a house of worship, but on a personal, if someone builds on a ley line and they don't have the right reason, if their relationship, I don't want to put God too much. I believe in God, but I don't know what everyone else believes. So it's kind of like, if you were greedy,
Let Sayla help you.
Sayla, come on here. I'm dropping a link for you. So you can, I want you to explain what,
but I'm stuffing my face.
What is a ley line? I want you to explain what is a ley line and the feeling you get when you walk into a church that's on a ley line, and some feelings people get when they walk into places that are on a ley line that aren't a sacrificial entity, that aren't a church, a house of worship. Okay. And then I'm gonna get into this next subject, but
what can the wrong people do with the power of a ley line?
And this is a good topic. People, I should pull it up on Google Earth, but I want to get into this other. I want to switch topic up. I just wanted to tell you guys that I've been blocked I haven't been blocked. She reached out and she doesn't want me talking to Don, and that's fine. I'm not going to stop talking about this. I'm not going to. And I don't care. I just don't care. I've started to order some receipts, and I'm going to get the bottom of it. I think this situation can show us behavior, can show us a lot of things, and that's only why I'm not going to give up on it. I could be completely wrong in the whole thing, and it's just the price that I'll have to take. Okay, but at least I'm doing it in a truthful manner. Okay, you coming up? Why I want her to jump on here is people don't know. Where's your screen name at? That holler area is flooded with ley lines. That's why it's very important. Ryan and Justin, find your pockets. That's such an name. Thank you for making that screen name up. All right, Sayla.
Hey.
I want you to go ahead.
Hey, I was just gonna say, the best way to explain ley lines is they're like invisible energy lines that crisscross like across the earth and all over the earth, not just certain places, but they connect like ancient sacred sites. Say like the pyramids of Giza would be an interesting ley line and could cause certain energy that could be positive or negative. They're natural landmarks and they're places of spiritual power, and that can either be dark spiritual power or it can be a positive spiritual power, but it has to do with like sacred geometry and their energy highways and currents that run through our earth's energy. Yeah,
I got some videos on YouTube I can pull up after this. Okay, so it is known that people, because there is a whole, I don't know exactly how on the earth these lines cross, which makes a ley line, but what do people feel when they are, why do people flock to buy and build on ley lines?
well, a lot of people, if you like take for granted Aleister Crowley. I know a lot of people have heard of Aleister Crowley. And Aleister Crowley like made sure that he bought a particular house to do all these Thelemite rituals on and stuff like that, because of the ley lines that were there. He knew that these rituals would be very much more powerful because of where these ley lines are. So a lot of people, depending on their intention, they will build in certain areas because of the ley lines that are there, because it gives off a certain spiritual energy, which can be dark, depending on what they're wanting to use for. Yeah.
I don't want you to tell the story. Not yet. But I think I will in the very near future. I'll get with you offline. But when I was in Tennessee, did I have a good or a bad experience on a ley line?
A very bad experience.
I was in that area, right? Wasn't I?
Yeah.
You can leave it there.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it. But yeah.
So we will, because I don't care. I won't be silenced, and I will talk about all this. And I don't think people don't even realize it. I know she got it. Or I should not say people, but ley lines are. So guys, we're going to get into all that in a minute. I'm going to show you some stuff. Yes. Okay. I'm very happy to see the ley line knowledge in here. Thank you, Sayla, for saying this. It's spelled ley lines. Okay. I might have spelled it wrong.
It's Ley.
Thank you.
I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Mama. At the very end, I'm going to call you after this live and we'll talk about a couple things.
All right. I love y'all.
Yep.
I will see y'all in a minute.
Hey.
Love you, Noel.
You got a wrench,
right? Yeah, I got one.
Did you hear? Babe. Drop your channel link, please, in my chat. If you guys are mods and you have channels, I don't know why you don't do it. I don't get offended.
I don't even think I know how to do that. I need to look it up and see how to do it. I only know how to time people out if they're bad. But I'm going to jump down so you can finish what you're doing. But if you need me, I'll be down there.
Thank you, Mama.
All right.
Bye. Okay, so we're getting a little off topic, and I want to finish up with Satalina. So this is a good talk. With Candus telling Don to block truth, she can never do that because there's a lot of things that they don't even know. There's just too much of, I could tell people a lot of things, and I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm not sure, but with this live being important, I want to fully get the ley line definition out. Because I was freaked out when I was up there, I got freaked out. I didn't even believe in ley lines until I felt it, until I had a conversation with this woman. I'm going to show you somebody who is, you'll understand them very well. And then I think what I'm going to do quickly after by playing this short video is by getting my Google Earth out. And I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating, to explain the gravity of churches that are not only around. There's churches in the holler. Listen, people, I've never seen so many churches in this area. And I'm very surprised all these locals that talk about, there's a lot of locals that follow this case, but I don't know who's a local creator wise. Why have they never said this? There's churches everywhere. It's because the ley lines, people. But and I had a situation with my dog that when I was there was a situation with my dog. What happens when dogs will tell you everything, won't they, people? So we have there's some things to talk about. But come here, Whisper. Come here, girl. But anyway, Whisper. Poochums.
Oh, come on, baby. Daddy's calling. That means I gotta walk.
Poochums.
Daddy
Come,
wants
Poochums.
you.
Come, Poochums. Come, Poochums. Come on. Poochums.
Can't fit back there.
Poochums. He's too big. She can't jump up there. Anyway, to get this on the road, let me get this 12-year-old ass cheek out of here. And really fast, I want to jump through these next two things, but we will do it. So this lady here, when I was in need, she after freaking out, I had to watch this here. I'll drop this link in chat too for people who want to do their own research. Give me a 1 if this volume is good. 2.
That's why I never wore gloves when we were working.
I need to connect to your Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Can they hear?
They hear you. I'm working on it. All right, it's up. Remember, you just told me to put on gloves a lot. We did when we had those houses you were in. It's because I like to put vibrations in the earth.
Okay, guys, I lost it for a minute. Sorry. Yeah, there's a lot of I'll be telling people, but right now I want to get to. I want to stay on. I'm going to tell you guys a lot, just because. But first, I want to make sure one thing at a time. Okay, I'm getting a lot off course here. It's not a problem. Okay, what I want to show you guys real fast is people don't realize that property is laying on ley lines. Okay, and it's surrounded by churches, and you need to know what these energy portals are.
That's why we walk barefoot. Walking barefoot is not just a hippie thing. It's not dirty, on the contrary to what society will teach you. Walking barefoot is the one thing that can cure all diseases. All diseases. Just by walking barefoot, you can boost your immunity so high that you become immune to both visible through rivers,
For example,
Okay. Okay, so the best thing, sorry, I didn't know I was muted that long. The best thing I could find on ley lines in a short definition on YouTube is this right here. It's not going to tell you. We'll just try this guy.
Put the video link in chat.
No, I'm going to play it first. Let me do this real fast. Hold on, guys. I'm going to play this guy. My legends and ley line maps. Now, where's the volume? So this thing I'm about to show you, why does it have any volume? It's not me. I'm playing on my phone real fast. Okay, we're not playing that because I already have volume issues.
American B-52 bomber seen here flying.
Give me a second. I'm just trying to find something, and I'm always showing you this because the next thing I want to show you is the churches. I've never seen. Here we go.
But I wanted to take you along to space. There's a place of great interest to the believers of the ley line energy. If you're interested in these ley lines, then the Sun and Serpent is a really good book to read, and I will put a link in the description below. As you see by the photo, you can see a straight line. Some call it the sighting line. The two lines that move around, and at some point they do in fact cross over, and it is believed this is where they cross.
Noel, do me a favor real fast.
Yeah.
Can you Google search how many churches, all dominations, are located around our address? And then I want you to do how many churches are located around 110 Ben Hill within a
Okay.
25-mile range. Just send me the whole Google search link. This one. Is that a number?
Hi, and welcome to this week's video, where we are looking where they are, and that is the topic of ley lines. Ley lines are believed by some to be straight alignments of ancient, sacred, or mystical sites. Ley lines are hypothetical alignments of ancient monuments believed to have spiritual or mystical significance.
So all these lines are energy lines. And if you do your own research, most churches, I'm not going to say all because I don't know, but like 9 out of 10 churches are built on these ley lines. Okay. These ley lines have historical, there's this energy, man. I believe in energy. I believe in God as well. Ley lines have ley lines have the ability to, it's not just God, it's all gods. It's, you know, it's very deep for me to explain this in 5 minutes, which I'm trying to do, but there's ley lines, which are energy portals all over the earth. And there's every people and every religion and even like Roman, all these groups of people have some type of connection to these energy portals. And it's not about one God, but it's about combined people, combined spirits, combined faith. And that feeling, do it for yourself tomorrow, Sunday. Go into for me, when I go to a Catholic church, I don't go to Catholic church anymore, or even a Christian church. Go into a church and you'll get a wusa feeling. You get that wusa feeling, right? You know, this is why the strive to buy on it. It's meant to be peaceful. It's meant for you to open up, whether you're doing a confession, whether you're asking for forgiveness, whatever you're doing, right? There's a lot to go into it. Noel, you keep wanting to interrupt and give this 9 million hour definition of ley lines, but I'm trying to do it fast because of many different reasons. But so, and then I wanted to find the church difference afterwards, but I just want to play a few minutes of this ley line thing because this is significant detail about Summer's case, I think.
The concept of ley lines is rooted in Earth's ancient and sacred landscapes, and it's been a topic of interest and speculations among various cultures and traditions.
That's what the majority
The
of her
concept of ley lines was popularized in the 20th century by Alfred Watkins, who was an English author, antiquarian, and amateur archaeologist, who is best known for his work on ley lines and the concept of ley hunting. He introduced the idea of ley lines in his book The Old Straight Track, which was first published in 1925. Watkins proposed that ancient peoples used a network of straight lines connecting significant landmarks such as prehistoric monuments and other prominent features.
So I spoke to Don Wells about these ley lines when I got back from Tennessee, and he's confirmed it. The property's built on ley lines. This takes lots of hard research. Not really. You have to just zoom in. Google Earth is what you could use. But there's ley lines that are I don't know how many are in that area. But what I will tell you is when I was there, there's so many churches. It's weird. Like it's weird. There's too many, I think. Well, I guess there could be never too many, but I just asked Noel to do like a simple search, like how many churches are 25 miles away from our house versus Ben Hill, to give you guys, so you guys could be like, holy shit, there's a big difference. But evidently when she did this, it's telling her like the names of the churches and not an actual number. But anyway, let's continue this for 5 minutes or so.
In the landscape. He believed that these lines, which he called ley lines, were used for navigation or as a pilgrimage route in ancient times. Watkins' theory of ley lines gained some popularity and has continued to be an interest to various groups, and has been widely criticized by mainstream archaeologists and scientists, who argue that Watkins' concept lacks scientific evidence and is based on subjective observations and selective data. Watkins' ideas on ley lines have left a lasting impact on certain subcultures, and his work energy source, which I have been open about the fact that I could not feel the energies through my body. So when I could, Dowsers Paul Borehurst and Hamish Miller followed these two lines about Pope Gregory, which I have covered in the video I just mentioned. Watkin also mentions another book called Byways in British Archaeology by Walter Johnson. I am, at the time of editing this video, found a copy of that book and now waiting for it to arrive. So this will be a topic I will come back to. Back to the Mary and Michael ley lines. The two lines then meet again at Avebury, where the Michael line and the Michael line. But again, there are plenty of St. Michael churches that are
right there. Perfect example. Watch
there are
it.
plenty of St. Mary churches.
So what she's showing right now is a ley line, right? St. Mary's Church, St. Mary's Church. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 churches in this one spot. That's exactly how it is in Ben Hill.
There are also churches with the name of St. Michael on the Michael. When I first started looking to ley lines, I questioned why people were talking about churches being placed on these lines. Although we do know that churches have been built on ancient monuments, which I have covered before and will put a link in the description below. I am still unsure if churches are built on these lines for a reason, or if it is just to cover up the ancient monuments and the builders of the churches were unaware of these ley lines. Something that I will be looking into further.
Yeah, you need to look at that further. It's awful weird that there's 8 right there, and I don't even know where in the world she's showing. Kind of hard to understand her anyhow. ley lines are not the greatest YouTube videos to find out, but I'll drop this link in the description right now. And what people should do is do the research. Why am I telling you this? Well, here's why. There was a situation, and I asked Sayla not to say anything on live, because I feel like if I will, but there was a situation, and it revolves all around this whole thing of how Don and Candus got into an argument. And it was a combination of my dog. I'm with Noelle, and she's telling me I have to learn about all these ley lines and like very fast. I didn't know nothing about this either. So we make a call. And
what?
You suck when someone's trying to tell a story, especially with speed. So there was a situation, and you're not even listening.
I'm listening. It's in my ear, but
okay. There was a situation where something happened that has to do with Don and Candus, right? It happened. Plus, there was a situation with my dog, right? Do you remember this? Do you remember this dog?
Yeah. I'm just trying.
Okay. So there was the next day or so, there was some freaking out. And this is the first time I ever heard about ley lines. So I gotta hear Noelle try to give me all this knowledge about ley lines in like 30 seconds. What?
I apologize.
Thank you. Because when you when you do that,
you said I was trying to hear what you're saying.
Okay, it's fine. It's not a problem. But listen, when you do that, it makes like what I'm saying up here not sound like not truthful.
Well, we're bickering about it. So
No one's bickering about it. I'm telling them something that's going with my life. You're half listening, so I explain it. You're like, oh yeah, actually I do remember that. And then just the comment beforehand should have never happened because it happened. You know, I'm done. Just think about that. All right. So anyway, Noelle is telling me all this shit. I still don't know about it. And we reach out to Sayla. And I think I'll have Sayla on to explain that experience because it all ties in to exactly the reason why they split up. Again, nobody cares about their relationship. Getting off track here. I can't show you guys the Google stuff, but if you do the research, I promise you it's there. It is. There's way too many churches in this area. I've asked Don about this. I've asked him about this on a prior live, just to be clear. Ley lines there's something going on there with that. There's something going on. Yes, I do. You never knew any of this. I am not really explaining it right. Here's what I will say to that. I'm not giving myself enough credit. I am. When you look into ley lines, you're going to find all types of different videos on YouTube. They are spiritual. What they are is their energy port. What they really are is this. We all know that the ancient people before us were very, they were very on with maths and all this, maps. There's energy portals that run through the earth. They're energy portals. That's what the Indian woman was talking about and why you should walk barefoot. Okay. There's energy portals. Maybe when you step into that church, it's because whatever happens in the earth's crust, where these energy portals meet at, where these lines, these invisible lines are shooting through. And maybe as you walking in that building, when you feel good going to church, maybe it's not that you're in church, but just maybe you're walking right through a ley line or you were around one. And maybe people witness that this is how it made them feel. And each civilization can use that to a different advantage, right? Every god is different in a sense. But if you go through history, they all built around ley lines. There was something there that attracted these civilizations, these groups of people, these faith groups. Okay. I don't know what each and every one did. All I know is they all were fighting for property there. Then you have people who wanted to build homes on ley lines. I don't know, honestly, how good that is for you. It's okay for the Indian woman to explain when you come across a ley line, you should walk barefoot and feel the earth and do all that stuff where she gets into full detail on. I don't know if you should have your bed in one. I think if you're, I don't know, maybe it's awesome. Maybe, I don't know. I think that I go to my bed knowing that it's not in a ley line. And I know what a ley line is now. I know what it feels like, but I don't know if having my bed in a ley line is healthy. I don't know these things. I don't know these things. What I do know is bad people go to exploit these areas. This is what I know through each civilization. And in 2025, they're still doing it. Did Don build this house? No, he didn't do it. Somebody he bought it from or either had an accidental placement of it there, didn't know that that's where the line was going through, or maybe the man whose house is that originally? I don't remember.
His mother's.
I don't know. I don't know. However,
Yeah,
whatever.
his mother's.
And it might not be the house. It could be a lot of different things until I say it'll make more sense. But what I'm saying is, with that experience I had, and the amount of churches, you got to look up the churches. You got to look up the churches. It's so crazy. There's so many churches, and there's something weird. And I got way off track of what I wanted to say, but just because Candus is trying to tell Don not for me to keep talking about this stuff, it's not. I'll talk about what I want to talk about, because you know what? I want to get to the bottom of the situation with Fred and Dee Dee. The ley line situation and all that has nothing to do with Fred and Dee Dee. But you can try to take all you're doing by telling Don not to talk to me, by canceling interviews. He's been on the channel. All you're doing is showing behavior. You're showing behavior, right? And maybe I will start talking. I don't need Don to talk about my memories. I don't need Don to talk about how I felt and what was going on when I freaked out with that ley line. I don't need Don to talk about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. You're not. You have some type of vindictiveness about you, and I wish you the best, but you don't think right. And you don't think right. And I'm talking specifically to Candus. But we're going to leave that right there, guys. I'll continue it. So we did order some receipts. No promises. It takes a few days to get. I will produce them. I think by now everybody knows I do what I say and I say what I do. All right. Now, so let's read some comments.
You promised your idea.
What?
You promised to tell your idea. Whatever.
139. Always do your own research. Thank you, Mama. Very hard for me to explain this ley line thing. Yes, that's absolutely true. Okay. So back to, that's how the pyramids were all lined up. Okay, yes. You guys could probably educate me about this as well. This is actually all new to me. His mom was spiritual. I did not know all this. I did not know all this. That's interesting. I think he said, it's weird that none of these YouTubers talked about this ley line. You know what? I think it's okay. You can't drive a mile in Knoxville without seeing a house of prayer. You even have a Masad, which is, yes, Muslim house. Thank you very much, Missy. Much smaller. I think Missy talks about these things on her channel. Missy, do you know about this? I wanted to keep this under 2 hours, but it's looking like we're going to have to go over it, and that's no problem or nothing. But you guys okay, I owe you guys 2 things, and I'm going to give it to you. The first thing I want to go is this. I want to finish this nikalina thing, right? This moron. Really fast. Shit, I gotta get that. And then I will tell you something else. Maybe I'll find a ley line video that's kind of easy to explain, but I think it's not really easy to explain. There's a lot that goes into it. Blame Katie. Okay, right here.
This is when he snapped. And a lot of it was, so he's listening to me and Angelo speaking on.
Okay, I'm going to switch off this topic for a minute, and then we're going to get back on it. We're going to close with it. I just want you guys to know that I'm doing all I can to get real receipts, not an opinion-based live on the Fred and Dee situation. Only because I think it's red flags. Shit, so did Don. He thought it was weird too. Someone's texting me some information, so let me just have a quick look at that. Thank you for doing this. Oh, thank you so much. You know who you are in the bushes, and that's A-okay. Here's what just come in from my eyeballs. And I love you guys so much that do this. Thank you so much. And it's meant for me not to give them praise, but they know who they are. And I'm doing that right now, actually. So this is 3 days ago, people. Look at this. So 3 days ago, look at this. I ain't controlling anyone. Interesting. Oh, let me take someone's head off the screen. Interesting. I ain't controlling anyone. That was 3 days ago. All I can do is report to you guys is the text I got when I got to the hospital. And Don says that
Okay.
he thinks I didn't like her video. He thinks it's a good idea.
In my chat before.
If he doesn't talk to me for some odd reason. Why? So this is Blame Katie. That she's in my chat. Right?
Okay. So you all you've witnessed them over here. In fact, White Boy has been on my panel before. Remember when his sound was really bad and he was trying to talk to Arnie, but we couldn't hear him well? She should know this, right? I go over to White Boy's. Whenever he's live, I'll go pop in there. I don't see him live. And so yesterday I went over there and she had a huge issue with that. And right. Okay. Yes. Okay. I've never seen her talk shit about White Boy. I have never seen her. I don't know, but she had some nasty shit to say.
All right, so she did, and let me show you how dumb this lady is. So Katie comes over. She's more than welcome. I didn't even remember how I found Katie in the beginning of this live. I happen to like Katie. I think she's funny. She runs a funny channel. Friendly with her. I don't see her to do the old reverse Uno and shit on, be cool with me and then shit on me for no reason. Now Nikalina I know to be fake as hell. And she was obviously admits to hawking my chat and then hawking Katie's, right? But listen to the things this lady is trying to say.
And she thinks that I'm just going to play this shit because it was funny. And then Ernie gets sick of her. And yeah, Ernie. I listen on like 3.
We'll put a link out there. I don't care. Y'all can come in. Y'all can cry.
Oh, I was going to say, why don't they blame DGen?
Well, keep people on their toes. Make sure they're
actual fucking psychotic manipulation.
Me. Angelo backed out from that.
Cry, whine, my own bitch, complain. It don't matter to me. You don't bother me. You don't bother me at all.
So this would be.
I know where I stand. I know what my opinions. I know what I'm doing now. I know what I'm having done, and I'm loving it. The marshals ain't showing no damn compassion. True virtue, such a doll, I swear. Love you to death. Thank you so much. But so here we go. Do take your own, whatever. I'm going to put a link out there.
All right.
Yes, it is. And people can guess or have fun. I kind of want to see where you all are at because I missed a lot of YouTube and I really don't. Links in the chat, people. I want to listen to y'all. Yeah.
Weirdo stalker.
Selfish bastard. Please.
Why do you do that?
Well, keep people on their toes. Make sure they're
actual fucking psychotic manipulation.
Well, I mean, it's part.
Yes, I listened to the whole goddamn fucking video.
I don't give a fuck. Well, you sound drunk, bitch. What are you drunk? You drunk tonight?
A drunkard. You cannot make this shit up. The crime channels.
White Boy and Noel and Benny Keys while they were covering Summer. But I thought.
Okay. Love bombing how? Being friendly.
So I guess Katie's supposed to be like, what's up, fuck faces? Suck this dick when she comes in chat. I guess that would be appropriate for Nikalina in the bushes. And by the way, lady, you're not blocked. I've had you on panel before, destroyed you on panel in open argument. Unfortunately, that live stream got taken down, but I will always drop you a link. Just email me beforehand. Are you in character or not? But let's listen to this gaslighting from this frumply lumply. She's fat and freckly.
I hadn't been in there in a minute. I hadn't been over there in a minute. You're the love bomber. Okay. I don't love bomb.
You're supposed to be respectful.
That takes so much
as a creator when you come
energy to like love bomb.
You want the chat to be cool with you. And
no. If I love you, I love you.
Who does that?
I don't like
the lame.
My energy is real. My feelings are. If I love somebody, they know. I love them. I don't have to love bomb people because I'm not manipulative like that, and I don't have to put on some transgressions with kids. I say most likely gonna be usually in my channel.
White Boy and Noel and Benny Keys while they were covering Summer. But I thought she didn't have anything to do with missing kids.
What do you mean by that?
Who gives a shit? If she's in my chat, she's over here saying what's up. She could come in and then leave, and that just to show some love, to do your love bombing, or actually it's called being respectful. She can be like, "Oh, they're talking about this. I think I'll pull a seat." Like you stalk this lady so much, you're like paying attention to what chat she's going into, and if she's not allowed to be in these said chats, not because that you stalk her already, but because of the prior stalking that you've done on every single fucking thing that you know about her. So you're like, oh, bam, busted in his chat. And bam, number two. And bam, number two, talking missing kids. I don't think so. It makes you look like a weirdo. Thank you, Kels. Who's doing this? Who's doing this? The YouTube. Can I get those characters again? What were their names? Not Silverstone. The YouTube. What's the fugly one from 8 Mile? She's gonna have to be that one. What's her name? Give me 8 Mile. She was also in Clueless. You're gonna have to be Brittany Murphy, because you're just a psycho.
Stupid. You're right. I don't have anything to do with missing kids. I don't know a missing kid. You're missing the whole.
Okay, then children, over here, children are they're off limits. They're not off limits, okay? If it's got something to do with awareness or something, I don't care. Do not care.
You were so
Don't
offended,
care.
but you don't have
Don't
any
care.
children. Sidekick, it doesn't matter. Candus is connected to Sister.
Okay, so we just moved the goal.
And oh my God, Purple Rainstorm, isn't that real? Awesome.
You're right. I don't have anything to do with missing kids. I don't know a missing kid. I don't. It's not my content. Good try. Good try. Retard.
I confirm it.
Kids. I don't know why she's over there love bombing White Boy and Noel and Benny. You're missing the whole point.
What?
Doesn't matter if she does or.
Okay, then children,
And oh my God, Purple Rainstorm, we have the screenshot of you saying you have no children. Shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch.
Who cares? How many children?
I still think it was extremely selfish of you to make people worry.
well, I wasn't trying to make anybody worry. I just went with it.
Dude, you were being a creep.
No,
You were being women, men, and children on that bus.
Okay, then children, over here, children are they're off limits. They're not off.
Sidekick says it wasn't even about Summer. That live wasn't even about Summer.
Which it wasn't.
Well, Candus is connected to Summer. Shut the in the chat. I mean, sorry. We have some, I guess, and stuff. And then Parasite that tries to. I have elevated out of that. Lost control of another puppet.
Channel.
Well, I mean,
Bitch, you are trying to build your channel. And since everybody hates you, it's hard for you to get that accomplished with their channel and who they're around.
you go to Fort Myers, ask about Matt down there. All you got to.
Okay, here comes the gaslighting to a 50 pence. I don't care if Katie jumps in here. So she's not even speaking facts. Katie's not coming in here and being like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm going live in 10 minutes. Here's my link. That would be what Nikalina does. And when you go to Katie's chat, you see some of my people over there. Just put a super chat on the screen. Okay, well, that wasn't it. But Kel's just said, Katie's a good egg. You see some of my subscribers over there. I don't mind promoting people either. If they, not that I'm big or anything, but I have a little bit more subscribers. I don't mind promoting people. You see Diamond in chat. She's not in here dropping her links all the time. In fact, I got confused with her. And in fact, I had to apologize to her. And that's the least of what she's doing. And I actually accused her of that. So I'm very sorry. You'll get another apology. I like Diamond's creations very much. I like Blame Katie. Blame Katie says, what's up, White Boy? What's up, Noel? Diamonds says, what's up, White Boy? What's up, Noel? That might sound petty to you guys, but as a couple, we notice that. Let's keep it going.
who's asked about him, they're going to tell you everything you need to know about him and everything. I mean, he also dresses like a woman too. So you know what? It is what it is. Okay.
So yes, I'll put on a wig and do parodies of these idiots like the guy on the screen. The problem is, well, the main problem is I don't reside in Fort Myers. If you dox me, it's not going to work. I have no addresses that say Fort Myers. Actually, I know where he got that from.
The only time we go to Fort Myers is we drive through it to go to the highway.
Or to my P.O. box, which is what he probably got this idea from. Because if you want to send me something, no anthrax, you can send to a P.O. box, but I don't reside in Fort Myers. But here's Ernie Shell on panel with this fucking fugly, fat, and freckly liar, gaslighter, generic mean girl, plays a character online, telling people that as she stalks Katie, what people shouldn't support me for, which is comical. So just to one more time, she's on panel with Ernie Shell of all people. Ernie Shell.
He ran from Bigfoot.
The governor.
That ran from Bigfoot with only
that ran from Bigfoot.
No pants and one shoe.
I watch Katie because she rags on this moron. It's funny. He's a moron. Should get ragged on. Too many lies. Way too many lies.
Hey, Jankies, love you.
Dude, what's going on? Give me 1 second, guys. I'm having an issue. It doesn't even make any sense. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. What's up, Jankies? All right. So the Fort Myers thing was just out of control. I'm gonna put your comments on the screen right now as I let it play. But listen to this horrendous gaslighting, people. This is bad. This is bad. And then I will give you I'll give you a little history after this. But here she goes with the gaslighting.
Maybe Degenerate should FOIA Matt, aka White Boy.
Maybe you should, stupid. Maybe you should. Why do you want us to do it? Why don't you do something with your...
So for all that you don't know, Degenerate lost. Katie, correct me if I'm wrong here. It's a channel that I've used their content before. They get the Ernie Shell and court records and stuff like that. And they upload exposing Ernie. She's trying to convince this channel to, FOIA and get all my stuff, which is comical because she doesn't realize what she's about to say is A, made up, B, I've already put, we'll get there in a second here. Let's get to it.
Your lazy self. Why don't you get up off of your butt, go take a walk to the FOIA office and go, you know what I mean? You're the one that seems to have a massive go bitches. No, you did it didn't go.
Check it out.
I didn't take time.
Nobody was taught. You had.
I didn't take time to on this.
He gets hit with
Here
a
it is.
taser.
Here it is.
Nobody was taught. You had to come in, blast in there, and talk about me in White Boys. Why? That's what you go on Ernie's and you just start talking about me. It's very weird.
Katie is scared of her own shadow while she sucks Ernie's dick for content.
Thank you, Kels.
Do I?
Oh, that was so sweet.
So you're trying to call somebody a whore, but I thought she was love bombing me. Is she love bombing me or Ernie? I'm trying to understand your lies. And you have a video that how you admit of banging. You got gang raped by the whole biker club. It's not even like a good biker club. Like it's not like the Hells Angels or something, or like a notable one. Not that they're good people, but like that's like saying like I'll take gang rape for some Converse, please. No, at least get the Nikes. Like, what are you thinking? I mean, it's all very stupid. It's all retarded actually, but oh yeah, sure, you guys can do it for the pair of Asics. No, the Nikes. If you get something out of it, but she does that and doesn't even. They're like they all like 82 guys get done. You didn't make the cut. You didn't make the cut. Keep it moving. Like, how embarrassing. How embarrassing. Calling other people sluts and all this. And anyway, let's keep it moving. This is Satalina, nikalina, the coolest mean girl of
this
YouTube.
Sucks now. Well, Ernie, I'll leave. This sucks now. They want to hear about you and Mason and your apartment and your job.
Well, I mean, I got a good job now, and I like my job, and I'll keep it for a while.
You guys want to talk about predators? Is White Boy Lockdown Radio not a predator?
What?
He beats his wife.
Oh.
He uses date rape drugs and sells them.
Oh, okay.
And he gets hit with a taser when he's trying to run from police.
Oh, do you mean the one that I posted? Do you guys want to see it? Put a one in chat. Well, actually, it's not going to let me. It's in members. I posted it. It's when I got a whole bunch of charges here. Like, how many years ago was that? Because she lied on that too. 4? 22. So 3 years. Okay, she said 2, I think. So I got like 6 charges. Here's what happened. Since we're talking about people fighting in relationships at the beginning of this, I get into an argument with Noelle. When I was in prison, a guy told me, "Hey man, whenever you get to a fight with your old lady, if it starts going one type of way, just leave. Just leave, because the police are going to pull up there, and somebody is going to have to go to jail." We're both loud people. It was an argument, and I left. Did I go to the titty bar? No. Did I go to the mall? No. Did I go to another woman's house? Nope. There's a gas station not in Fort Myers, where I don't live, like Ernie says, but there's a gas station there's a gas station almost 0.8 miles away from me, 1.1 miles away from me, and 1.2 miles away from me. I went to 1.2, which would be the Wawa. And I put it in park, went inside, grabbed the tall boy. I worked that day, and I started to drink the tall boy. What I did not do was turn. I wasn't driving. I was listening to the radio. Windows were mostly up. But in Florida, you can get a DUI with your keys in the ignition. It's whack. And I didn't get pulled over. I was just sleeping in the car. I was basically going to listen to some music, listen to YouTube videos, whatever, drink a beer, have a nap. A couple hours later, drive 1 mile down the road home when Noelle was sleeping, when I know she goes to sleep. That's it. It's as easy as that. Cop comes behind me, boxes me in, so I can't pull out. He walks up to the Wawa. He sees I'm sleeping. He thinks I'm fucked up, like I drank 1 million beers, which was not the deal at all. Long story short, he's like license and registration. I give it to him. He tells me to get out the car. So when I get out the car, I run. And he hits me with a taser. Long story short, he hits me with DUI. I didn't blow. I had one beer. He hits me with DUI. He hits me with possession of a knife, a razor knife for work. He hits me with possession of Adderall, my prescription Adderall that I've gotten for over 2 decades. He hits me with resisting an officer with violence. He hits me with what is that? Possession of knife, possession of Adderall 2.
Electronic.
What was the other drug charge?
Weapon. Without a prescription.
Yeah. What was it? Electronic what?
Weapon.
He hit me with a weapon, the knife, the Adderalls, which I beat on like as soon as I bonded out of jail, running from the cops with violence, DUI. I don't know. I forget some other bullshit and a lot of bullshit. So totally beat the charges because he shot me like twice with that thing. It did hurt. I did fall like a sack of potatoes. I wasn't drunk. I forwarded the state attorney, hey, here's my script. What do you need from me exactly? Oh, we just need to see that you have a history of taking this medication. Not a problem. Wasn't the piece of paper the pharmacy gives me where the medication was? Well, we just need a couple months or something. No problem. I'll give you 2 decades. They throw that out. I'm like, yeah, let's talk about this razor knife that is on my work belt. I'm not like robbing stores with a carpenter knife. They throw that out. Then the guy argues with the EMT because if a police officer shoots you with a taser in the heart area, they have to take them out. The EMT is pissed because he didn't take them out. And he shot me twice with it. I beat all that stuff. I settled for probation of refusing to blow, which is the only thing that I'll say I absolutely did do. I'm not blowing because if you blow, you don't know your rights. You never blow. So I'll take that's all. That's all I had. Refusal to blow. But I posted all that. I told my community about that, all that. And I know a lot of people know this already, but why not give the new people a refresher? Let's hear the other lies. These are fun.
But that's okay because you hate me or Ernie more.
I hate you. You're the devil.
How am I a
in
predator?
the flesh? Yeah.
How am I a predator? Also, by the way, you cannot pay an ex-girlfriend of mine to come on this platform and give anybody dirt. I'm not that dude. Noelle, true or false? Do you still talk to my ex that I cannot stand to this day? Yes or no? And there you go.
I don't hate anybody. I definitely hate you. You're a demonic entity.
One more time. True or false?
Yes. Get behind me, Satan. We don't even really cover you.
Said, Matt's a good dude.
I don't talk about you unless you're like doing some weirdo shit like this. And have four. But I mean,
where's her voice at?
Just to say, I have settle down with how I'm not looking at a man and I'm like, you're going to be my 2 weeks, we'll get married.
So
it's platinum.
Y'all want to do
problem? Moving right along.
Reality, and when she
where she say it?
No.
We go to Fort Myers, ask about Matt down there. All you got to do is ask about him. They're going to tell you everything you need to know about him and everything. I mean, he also dresses like a woman too. So you know what? It is what it is. Okay.
Maybe degenerate should FOIA Matt, aka White Boy.
Maybe you should, stupid. Maybe you should. Why do you want us to do it? Why don't you boy made up? Maybe that's his dick. You're a demonic entity.
Because I don't do panels, Rainstorm.
Because no one comes to them. The last panel you did,
because I don't do panels.
You can go cover what I swim in your head.
I like my job, and I'll keep it.
Nobody was taught. You had to.
Other real predators that actually have charges.
Predators
that align adjacent to being a predator.
Adjacent? What's that?
I'll tell you.
Never been just with selling drugs. Ernie's never. Oh, shut up, Tarek. You're a simp. Ernie's never been charged with beating on his wife. Oh, it sucks though, doesn't it, you guys?
How about you? So
why does she care so much?
You know, with all that going on, if people want to call me a predator, I'll be a predator. Hell, I'll be a predator. I don't care.
That just completely blew her whole argument out of the water. So this is why we cover Arnie, especially when he goes in on me specifically. I'm gonna fucking cover this shit. All right.
Because Katie backed her man, her channel manager, in the corner, and she was a pygmy, and she didn't get fixed. That's
no, actually, she gets tossed aside by every man on the internet. She tries to snug up to, and she says she has a platinum pussy, but I want to reiterate.
Okay, ma'am. Listen, I have not had 5 marriages and have 4 baby daddies. Okay, 4 baby daddies, 5 marriages. Listen, you better trust and believe.
Hold on.
I'm picky as fuck. I just like lay down. If I get married, when I get married, I'm doing it once. Okay. I'm not looking at a man. I'm like, you're gonna be my future ex-husband, and I'm going to have a baby with you, and I'm gonna put your ass on child support and make your life a living fucking hell. You know what I mean? I'm old school. Okay. When I meet that person, I'll get married. I'll get married. Okay. But I'm not married right now. Who knows? I don't just lay down with people. I'm not desperate. You're desperate. You've been married 5 whole times. Like no shade, but like her like being married 5 whole times is a lot of times. Okay. And she's miserable. And I feel like she didn't divorce them, ran the fuck off from her. Okay. That's like, I can I mean, this is a bit excessive. And I know everyone's got their own circumstances going on. I'm just saying for her, that miserable cunt over there, yes, that's, come on now. She doesn't play all the others, right? Maybe she's maybe so. Maybe so. Yeah, I will. Don't worry about my life, okay? Don't worry about my life. I'm picky. I don't need to have a man next to me just to say I have a man, right? I don't need that. No. No way. No fucking way. But having a man next to me, it's something worth having next to me and worth investing in, so on and so forth. And we'll get married. And then when we get married, then I'll have a kid. Because I'm not gonna just get knocked up and be a big mom. Okay? I need someone here. It's the one to marry. You know what I mean? Like I don't have time for this noise. I get chased around by men all the time. Okay. Like I'm just keeping it about you guys. I get chased around by men. That's not my problem. My problem is I won't find men.
Now, get your bank for now, I don't know how many months she's broken. That's obviously now, I appreciate it. You usually talking about when it comes to anything about being funny about Nikalina running, that's funny as shit. I've never seen her run. And if I ever
she's like fantasizing like man, you're gonna marry her.
Okay. Like I'm just keeping I want a whole family.
What now?
I know.
Oh. I mean, I go where the fuck I want, dude.
But hold on.
I don't know where the last part is. I'm not sure to find this shit. I don't care because I know what she says. So you have, I'm not married
right now.
It's all retarded. I'm just over it. So here's how dumb this lady is. I'm a predator. Yeah, you'll never find that shit. You'll never find I'm a predator. Good luck finding that, right? I've never put hands on Noelle. It's amazing that all these tragedy pimps all say that I've put hands on Noelle. Where wouldn't I have a domestic report in related to that? You're never gonna find that. You're never gonna find that. It doesn't exist. It's lies. In fact, the person who started it was Benny Keys, who I've recently made up with. So I challenge you, Nikalina, to go be like, give me those receipts on Matt hitting his wife. He's gonna be like, well, I was smoking crack back then, and unfortunately, I don't have them because he doesn't. Or I can call him. You'll never get him. You can join the panel. You're not blocked, but you watch. And Ernie, I don't live in Fort Myers. You can say I put on a wig and dress up like a lady, because I can't technically debate that or push back on that, because I do these things in a parody form to make fun of a lot of few people. But what I don't do is travel. You left a suitcase full of dildos at the Wells, and then I started covering Dildo Gate, because for some odd reasons, and I noticed your patterns, you like extra large fluorescent pink and very large black dildos in and around your butthole. And on top of that, you have AIDS. I don't know if that was from the butt sex. I don't know I'll dress up like a lady as long as I'm not sticking dildos in my tater hole. Hey man, it is what it is. But Predator, if anything, Nikalina, you're hanging around a person who's getting his ass kicked by another dude. And in the background, it's on YouTube, search for it, people. In the background, there's a lady saying, "You'll never touch my 4-year-old girl again." You're not finding nothing about white boy. Yeah, I sold GHB in 2003. Nobody cares. I was 18. I sold all the drugs. I not only sold them, I did them. Not too many drugs I didn't do. Not too many I didn't sell. Just a fact. You can watch, I don't know, thousands of YouTube videos about me talking about selling the drugs. What happened when I got caught selling the drugs? Where I went to after getting sentenced, and where I was placed in the Department of Corrections about the drugs. You can hear me talking about the drugs and the guys in prison who would put in their man purses, they'd put drugs. There was some sick bastards that would be inside the prison that would go to visitation, and they put all the dope in their butthole. And I could only think about Ernie Shell and his black dildos. At that moment, I would be like, well, Ernie would be a good inmate. I was still joking inside the prison on people like your Ernie Shell with his blown out tater hole. It's like a 67 Chevy with 485,000 miles on it. It's tampered with. But when, these guys would come back to the dorm, I would say, "Hey, Paul Wall, the whole dorm is waiting on you to shit." I won't be buying any of that. But you are a weirdo. All you do is gaslight. Half the shit that you're claiming you're going to get or try to talk somebody to find, it's already on my channel. You're not going to find any domestic. You're just weird. And I don't care what you do or what you try to find. It doesn't exist. You're weird. The reason that you're never going to hit this panel, and the reason that you were in the bushes watching Blind Katie, is because I outed you, and it was weird. You play a character. I don't play a character. You play a character. It's awkward. It got awkward when years ago when I spoke to you, and my wife did. Babe, is this true or false? Mm-hmm. It got awkward, Nikalina, when you didn't understand me. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? You play a character? Huh? And you're like, yeah, we can let our egos go down. People, she was not comfortable with me on the phone. She thought I was still in matte form, which I am because I don't have a different one. Yeah, even when I put the wigs on and the dresses on, I'm still a goofball like that off the internet. But you were uncomfortable because you weren't the person that they don't know about. There isn't any Clueless or Mean Girls or stalking. They're stalking Katie on the internet. But you were like, "Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, my real name's Dad. I'm fat and prickly. And I fucked the whole gang and still didn't get in. It's my story." Well, fuck, put Nikalina back on the phone. More interesting. Yeah, that all confused me. And if you ever stop 1 foot on this panel, I would remind you that we could talk about that. And that's nothing what you want the internet to know. You want the internet to know and think you're some evil person. For whatever reason, it's weird. You're not evil. You just dox their kids. You look up weird shit that nobody cares about, and you hang around, wait for it, Ernie show. That's who you have. Are you mad that I forgave Benny Keys because I want to see the man sober? Are you mad that you know we didn't like each other? Are you mad that he went on Blame Katie's? You're a weirdo. You're a straight goofball. A straight goofball. That's all you'll ever be. You're just a goofball, and you're not even worth talking about anymore. You're that much of a goof. You're a weirdo. BS memes the fuck out of you, and I know you hate her, but in real life, without your character, you'd say, "Hey, Miss BS, can you please take those photos down? Please, please, please. I'm not in my character form anymore. Can you please maybe look less fat? I look way too fat and freckly in those. I'm not in my character mode anymore. Please, please." Yeah, I'll expose that if you ever hit this link. You weirdo. Hey, you're fat and freckly. You're just fat and freckly. That's all you are. That's all you ever be is fat and freckly. Yeah, BS is cool.
I love to be my best buddy.
What's up, Yanni? We went all over the place on this one. I don't know what to say. We talked about ley lines. Don't get White Boy mixed up with Billy the Glare with all the DF. I don't understand this. Don't get White Boy mixed up. Oh, with Billy the Glare with all the. Oh, I see what you're saying. Now I did. I don't hit Noel. Listen, man, I'm no better than most of you. Most people in this chat are normal, I'd like to think. Most of y'all, whether if you have a significant other or not, you probably love them. Maybe you don't, and maybe you're working on yourself as well. That is fine too. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you've lost that one. That would suck. I'd never want to go through that day. And if that is you, I would like to connect with you and become friends because I might need your advice in the future. I don't know. There's all types of people in the chat, all types of ages that have lost their loved ones, right? And we all probably fought with our loved ones. And it's people, it's probably like the people who have lost their significant other that will be, hey, stop doing that. You're wasting your minutes because one day it's going to be all gone. But for the most part, we probably all fought with our significant other. I do all the time with Noelle. It doesn't mean that I beat her up. And the lie that you believed was that I have a dungeon in my house. This is how stupid and high Benny was. And this is why I want him to succeed in his sobriety. Because he had on panel, he said that I have a dungeon. No, I don't have a, there's, not only do I not have a basement, but nobody in the state of Florida has a basement attached to their house. So there was lie number one off the top. But he said that I would tie Noelle in the basement, right? As if like all these times I'm live and you hear her in the bathroom, like what about the basement though? What about the basement?
But you lock me in the bedroom all day and all night, and whenever you whenever I have to go to the bathroom, you go with me and watch me. But who locks me in the bath or in my bedroom after you're at work? Because I have to drive.
So this is how stupid the lie was. I lock her in the basement, and then I let her out of the basement when I'm home, and I have to watch her go into the bath. What? Why? I sleep on top of her, and
I would die. I would
so
suffocate if you slept on top.
There was a time where Noelle put this on the internet first, but there was a time I was having anal sex with Noelle. True story. Oh, and I was wasted drunk, and I passed out. I had a little bit of a napsy. Just a napsy. And I was on top of her, 230 on top. And she was trying to wiggle up out of there. She's throwing elbows back. And I don't do butt sex much, but I tried it after like, I don't know, 900 beers one night. It was like a UFC fight. I don't remember people. She put the shit out on the internet. I'm just repeating it. But the moral of the story is she's like throwing elbows at me because I could not sleep on top of Noelle every single night. She would suffocate. But so just so you guys know the story, that there's no paperwork on this. This is just a lie that Benny Keys and his panel made up that she's trying to reiterate in character voice. So I lie. I keep Noelle in the basement that I don't have. I watch her piddle. I sleep on top of her at night. I can't have her go anywhere. I'm that controlling. And what were some more of the lies?
You lock me in the bedroom when I'm home alone and you're not here, but I bring you to work. So do I fucking bring myself home and lock myself up? Like, that's why I took a picture with the lock and the key.
Yes.
I made a joke out
to troll it, Noelle took a picture on her community wall with lock and key and said, like, you know,
hey, is this the right kind? I don't want to make you mad or something stupid like that. And I was like making a weird face. I was totally out.
It's stupid. It's not true. It's not even worth me defending. I mean, it's just dumb. You're never gonna pull a domestic. I don't hit women.
Respond to bullshit because it's not worth my time.
I don't like dudes that hit women. I'm not with that shit. Like, I'm not trying to get in people's relationships and stuff like that. Does it happen with like, has there been one of my friends to do that? Listen, I don't like it. I don't condone it. Does it happen? Of course, shit happens, man. It's not me to be like, what's going on with their relationship, right? All I'm saying is I don't do it, right? You know, it's just silly, and I'm not gonna defend it.
I talk way too much shit to be a abused woman.
We mesh well together. We get along good. We fight hard because we're both hard-headed, but we get along good. We mesh good. We laugh. We love hard too. And there was a lot of people who were rooting against us when we were dating. They said, there's no way you two would make it. And here we are, how many years later? But then I didn't say 10.
Almost.
In their faces.
They had money on us that we weren't.
Noelle's parents have never liked anybody before. Never took nobody in. I asked her dad's hand in marriage. Her dad likes me. Her mom likes me. And guess what? You know who they don't like? The ex. Because her mom asked me like 45 times before I married her. I finally had to say something to moms. Moms would say, you're not going to hit her, are you? You're not going to hit her, are you? And I would eat it and eat it and eat it because that's mother-in-law. And then one time I'm like, would you stop asking me that? Like, it's a little much. No, I'm not going to hit her. And I can only imagine that there's been a lot of mother to mom, daughter to mom calls and her having to give advice. She asked me for good reason. Don't get me wrong.
I had a very hard life.
But if they like me, then obviously the house that I own right now, I couldn't have done it without the help of Noelle's father. He helped with the down payment of this house. He did. They have helped us all the time. I moved away from my people, not a long time, 3 hours, to come be closer to Noelle's. Because when my little brother died,
we were here before he passed.
Yeah, but we were thinking about coming over here. Still, we
lived in this house
when he died. Yeah,
short, and then he passed away short.
I don't know, man. It's better for her to be closer. Listen, man. There's going to be a day that I've been telling her. I want you to look at the chat, Noelle. I need y'all to talk to Noelle right now.
I talk to my parents every day.
I lost my little brother, so I know how it is when you lose someone you really love. Like, I'm not talking about a Facebook friend, people. I'm talking about like someone who's close to you that dies, right? Unfortunately, me and Noelle are both in the same predicament. Unfortunately, I'm having to come to terms that my grandma is not going to be around too much longer, but Noelle's mom is in tough shape as well. And they only live 5 minutes away. But it's tough. As a couple, it's because I see her mom, she sees my grandma. Sometimes I see Noelle's mom doing really bad, and I don't say stuff. One time I saw her doing really bad, and I cried to Noelle when we were by ourselves and said, you need to spend more time with your mom. I didn't even have any words. I just started bawling. And I just want Noelle to I need y'all to talk to Noelle because
I don't need to be talked to. I just need to be left alone because I am having a hard time dealing with it.
It's tough. There's no words you can say that when you lose somebody.
How do you tell somebody?
And we still got them, so that's that. Clip of M's ass handed to him by the mother of the girl. Okay. Wait, have you been in the chat the whole time?
Oh, that's right. Ernie, remember he got his ass slapped the fuck out.
What happened to my chat? I'm so behind. It's not even making sense. Smart ass Patriot. What's up, man? What's up, smart ass Patriot?
Oh.
It's all good. I went all over the place. What's up, Yanni Deepfake? Flight nurse. I didn't see you in here the whole time. So I said some things, but I don't know if they should have been directed to you. What's up, Weeping Waters? Yeah, I went all over the place on this. What's up, Bird? On this live. What I was really trying to get at the beginning of this was, we'll recap real fast. Candus, I guess, called Don. She's very unhappy with the whole thing, and she's not letting him talk. He says maybe we'll start communicating again once we're all a big happy family and she comes back and all this. But the point is, she's not even back there. It's very ugly. I've only been supportive to Don through this. You know, I've only been supportive to him, and I've heard what he said, and I don't put it all out on the internet for people to hear. And I'm just thinking back to my conversation, and it was him to bring up certain things to me, not the other way around, because I've seen Candus go and I've seen Candus come back. I just never seen Candus go and something like this happen. But it's just like, this situation is not about really the Wells. If you guys, and some of you do in this chat, speak to me on the phone or Noelle, that's fine. No problem there, right? If something happened and I caught you in all these lies, would I bring it to the internet? Probably not, but most definitely not. But if your situation applied to a case, and I've asked you a whole bunch of questions about this case, a whole bunch of questions about your daughter missing, you know, it's the worst thing that you can do as a parent with a missing child is be on the internet telling all these lies. It's just not a good look. It's not. And I'm doing what I can to do the next step of receipt wise on that situation. But I've only supported Don. You can roll back to the last live. He has always thanked me. He always has known that I've supported and had his back. From the live before that, Candus asked him if I would take my live down, and he did. I'm like, no, Don, I'm gonna keep the truth out there. I'm like, she doesn't get to rule my channel. She doesn't get to rule my channel. It's not going down like that. And then there was even like, well, I'm not coming home then. What I say on my YouTube channel has no impact on your relationship. if you don't get to use my live should be down as a lev way to going home, you look silly. And I could tell the people this, and they can see from live to live the behavior progress. They can see all this. All this happened. They were all in here, and they all know it with me. You don't get to tell me what I can talk about over here. Matter of fact, that is probably the worst thing that you want to ever try to do. Because I don't know. I don't understand you. You've been in this chat so many times. You know, I'll look at these trashy pimps and just study them. And I will absolutely humble them, right? Based on what they say. It's wild that you think that you can control me. It's not my fault that Don is letting you do this. I hope some of the words that I encouraged him about you, I hope they come true one day. And even if you go back, for how long? For how long? Let's be real. For how long? Should I tell the internet how many times you were really at DD's? Should they know? Should I pull receipts on that? Should I pull receipts with conversations with Dee? No, she needs to know, Noel. You cannot control nothing I decided to do over here. There's a whole bunch of people watching and a whole bunch of people that are smarter than me. Because they trust me to be honest. I'm giving them the facts. They take it to another level. And we could be the furthest thing on conspiracies. They may trust me to put out the truth, but they might really have a conspiracy against you from day one. And now this is going right with it. I don't care. You have pushed the people who have supported you away, and you've opened yourself up for this. So it is what it is. And apparently you're so worried about what I'm going to say over here that you tell Don not to speak to me. I haven't said one thing negative impact about Don. Not one. And they still won't. Because I've seen this before too. I even told them it was coming. I even told my audience it was coming. I'm not blind to this. I know that it was. And I probably will pull those receipts. I probably will show a lot more pattern behavior. Just not tonight. You wait until But yeah, guys, I don't know. We'll do another live for another day. I just got out the hospital. I wanted to give you an update of what was said, what was done. As I'm preparing for this live, I got an email that was pretty interesting. And I then had a look-see at what was said about me on Satalina's channel. And all I learned out of it, and I hope you do too, is she stalks this channel. She stalks Blame Katie's. And she's gaslighting and saying the most ridiculous lies that she possibly can. What I should have done is play the video that I posted about me getting tased. But why? Let her lie more. It's just that much easier. I personally don't care what anybody says or thinks about what I did 20 years ago, 22 years ago to be exact. Here's what you can do. Go to the PO box to my channel, put your name on a tag and mail me some rope. Because apparently I just have to kill myself to get your approval. Apparently me doing my time that the state punished me to for selling drugs, that wasn't good enough for you. And for creators as well. You could make what I sold a rape a rape drug. Or what do they call it? A rape drug? You can make it a rape drug, sure. But that would inquire that I have some type of weird rape charges. You're never going to find domestic situation. You're never going to find rape under my name. Never. I didn't. And the utter contradiction of you trying to say that I gave women GHB, that was what you say was a rape drug. So are you implying that I may or may not have sold the gang, some of the gang members of that biker club, some GHB? Is that what you're implying? Because you're implying and trying to gaslight me into that word grape. It doesn't apply. What I sold it for was steroid use causes. Statute of limitations. I can talk freely about this. I've already did my time. The problem is you're involving me with grape, and there is none. But you openly admit to letting people grape you, almost bragging about it. Everything you say is a contradiction and bullshit. And on top of that, you do it in a fake personality and play a character while you gaslight. Maybe Nikalina should hang all that shit up and stop hiding from herself. Because I come on here just as Blame Katie does, as myself. I don't play a character. I don't run from reality. You do. And whoever was buying GHB off me 20 years ago was probably having some type of weird identity crisis. They didn't like themselves. You obviously are not comfortable in your own skin to talk to the internet as you, to be you. You rather play a character. Make it make sense. You can't.
I like myself too much to be fake.
I love myself.
I don't give a fuck if you don't like me.
And that's why your channel, by the way, will never do real, you'll never have natural growth. I've been on this thing long time, 20K plus. Because most people, they can subscribe to me and hate me. I got supporters. I got haters too, but they know that I'm me. They know that. Thank you. Thank you, Flight Nurse. I appreciate it. Mean Girls, the Clueless movie. The Clueless movie. Nobody is afraid or cares about. Nobody cared about. People cared about Clueless back when I was selling GHB. People cared about Clueless back when I was selling GHB. But you think you can be a character and bring that whole thing to life. Dirt. Moron. Stalker. You hang around Ernie Shell. You hang around Ernest Shell. Oh, yeah. She stalks a lot of people on YouTube. It's just weird, bro. She used to stalk Ernie. Now she's up his ass. Is that love bombing? Is that love bombing? So I wish I could. I may or may not have a clip. She actually joined my panel a long time ago. The video got taken down, and I debated her about something, and she lost ruthlessly. And she didn't stay long. But I this is going to be the last time I'm going to talk about you. Just come on by and ask for a link. And we can get whatever is on your chest. We can talk about Blame Katie. We can talk about all your grievances, all your Karen grievances. We can talk about my GHB sales, my criminal record, we can talk about my basement. We can talk about all that. Just come on by. Ernie Shell doesn't come by here. I have to go find him, and then my fucking audio doesn't work when I join Katie's to yell at him ask him about his dildos. You people don't ever come over here, and you never will. So don't hold your breath, people, waiting for Nikalina, because she's a coward. That's all she is. She's fat. She's fat and freckly. She's fat and freckly, potato-like, and a coward. And with that, I'm out of here. Stay away from fake. Stay away from people putting down on who you can talk to. Stay away from ley lines for the time being. Stay away from fat and frecklies. Stay away from clueless. Stay away from Ernie Shell's dildos. And stay away from people in the bushes not man enough that are stalkers to tell you how they feel, but jump on over to somebody who's indulging in butt sex to do it safe over there in their character form. And just think about that for a second. You have a LARPer and a character gaslighting. Please use your heads, people. This is very simple to figure out. Have a great one. What's up, guys? Hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe to my clip channel at WHITEBOY Radio Clips, and in the description box is the link to be a member. Become a member if you can. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe, stay smart. Peace.